Libra, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot and your weekly astrology predictions. Welcome to my tarot table, guys. My name is Michelle. For those of you who are just joining, thank you so much, and God bless for clicking on the video and giving me a chance. This video is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and I encourage you to take all the energy that I describe as it resonates in your life. It is your reading. Apply it to where it belongs in your life. As well, if it doesn't resonate, then I make 12 messages for each 12 zodiac signs every single week. Check out your moon sign, check out your sun sign, check out your rising sign. Sometimes they resonate more than just, your sun sign, which is traditionally what people look up. There's always an extended reading that I create for you for more details, and I hope that you guys will join me for that. I will attach the link to the description box below. I'll pin it to the top of the comment section, and I also attach it to the video up above now, so you can just click on it and get right to it. And then, yeah, that's it. This is my first of 2 YouTube channels. So I welcome you to explore Astrology Motivation, my second YouTube channel, where I go live Monday through Friday for general tarot card readings. I do have cards in front of me. I'm going to start off with the astrology, but understand that it's in conjunction with the energy of the cards. This is, listen, I had to write stuff out for you because this is a big week for us. Why do I say that? Because predominantly all week, Venus, first of all, Venus is in Capricorn now. And let's discuss really quickly, that's a really solid place to be. Because it makes how you are and who you are, it makes you very pragmatic and practical. And you're just handling things with authority and maturity. Of course, there's also, in the beginning of the week, very beginning of the week, there's a square to Jupiter. That doesn't last long. I just want you to watch how much money you spend, or how maybe you may try to overcompensate how much you spend or how you look for things that are going on beneath the surface that they're not really helping to heal, but they're distracting you from. It's not a great week for changing your hair or doing many dramatic changes to how you look, though you will want to. Because the other major aspect this week is Venus trine Uranus. So Uranus is rebellion and change, and I want things different, and I'm interested in different things, and I value different things now. And that is going to be impacting Venus for this entire week. So get ready to want to change and expect the unexpected, because that's what Uranus brings. And then there is the very, I think, most important aspect this week, which is Venus square to Chiron. Now that is pain and suffering and sadness, never feeling good enough, devaluing yourself, or things that you have gone through that you feel have devalued you. That combined with the trine to Uranus is 150,000% going to have you saying, enough is enough. I'm not going to take it anymore. I want change. I want something that maybe I never expected or thought that I'd want. I'm reaching a point that I'd never thought I'd get to, but I'm here now. This is a different stage in my life, and so I'm allowed to want different things and value different things. And I've learned a lot from how I've suffered, and it's that suffering, or the reminder of how you suffered, that is making change look oh so good. So definitely expect the unexpected this week, especially in what you value and what you want in your life at this point in it. Because I think especially if you've been going through a lot of stuff where you have felt devalued, and you have felt like you've been in situations where you just, no matter how much you spend, or how you do your makeup, or how you do your hair, it doesn't matter, it's not making you feel good. It's because it's deeper. It's got to do with something you can't compensate for with material things. And I know that retail therapy is usually so very important to Libras, though that's a stereotype. But it usually is. It's like being able to take care of myself, being able to feel like I can control how I look, and to surround myself with valuable things. But when Chiron is participating, it's got nothing to do with that. Like those kind of things, there's no amount of stuff you can buy to make yourself to numb the pain of feeling devalued in those ways. And that's what you will be challenged with this week, facing that and then being inspired really by that to allow changes in your life or to look for changes. And that's actually could be very fun and very playful experience, as long as you allow it to be. Venus, like I said, is in Capricorn, so I think it's that practicality and that sort of mindset of the long term, the long game, not the short game, but the long game. So this could be a week where you are working out things when it comes to your relationships, including, hey, I'm done. I'm done because enough is enough, and I have tried all that I can try, all that I'm willing to try, all that we can try, and I'm moving forward. That would affect more long-term relationships. I think in terms of short-term, you will want different things. You will be interested in different kinds of people. Any relationship that happens, because Venus trine Uranus is powerful for you, but it doesn't necessarily last long. So basically what will be happening is you may be getting into relationships or into situations where you're trying new things, and it's for the experience sake as opposed to going to last a long time. But I think because Venus is in Capricorn, the changes to you that are made will last a lifetime. So let's get into the cards that are sitting in front of me. Trust in divine detours. Baby, get ready for surprises. And this is the point, especially because we're dealing with Uranus. I will ask and ask and ask and ask the cards, what will these changes be? It will not tell me. Uranus doesn't like to be predicted. It doesn't like, it will surprise you. I could tell you the vibe, but there's no exact, because it's about the surprise. It's about putting you into a situation where, like the universe putting you into a situation where it wants to catch you off guard, because it wants a pure response from you. It doesn't want the same old response based on what you've settled for or what you've prepared, in order to keep up appearances. No, it wants to catch you off guard so that you have to face your ugly or somebody else's, and then maybe see a real beauty that you are less comfortable with. It's also saying, hey, you may be moving, you may be switching, you may be changing. You're definitely expanding and broadening your mind, and it's exciting you, all those new opportunities and possibilities. This is Sagittarian energy. Right now we are in our last full week of Sagittarius season. This could be that push to just go get something else. But trust it and allow it. I think a major challenge for you this week will be judging yourself. So don't. The sense of, no, I have to have this experience. And then we have Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. Oh yeah, reclaim your power by allowing the changes to happen. This is happy news for me. When I see this card, I know that these changes are going to help you reclaim who the hell you are. Sometimes it's for a long period of time we've been leaving bits and pieces of ourselves all over the place. And then finally, when we look into the mirror, we're so thin, it's kind of like, where'd I go? Well, you're going to find yourself again. You're reclaiming your power by allowing yourself to finally make a change that you probably know that you've needed to make for a very long time. Let's get deeper into this for Libra, please. Take time out. Definitely take time out from authority. This is an authority figure. The bear in the room, the worry. It also means that you're being protected. And maybe that's what it is. It's like, go to a safe space where you know you can be protected and they'll let you grow. That sense of that space, taking space or taking time out or taking time away from your normal routine is what's going to provide you healing and the ability to grow this week. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, you're going on an adventure. Let's get deeper into that. I want to see where the moon card's going to take us. Emotions are running high. Libra energy. Wow, that's kind of loaded. Very emotional week. And I think why? Because this has been building up for a while. This is coming out a little bit in the future, which is telling me that we're finally surfacing. Emotions are finally surfacing. A lot of times, Libra, and with air signs in general, you won't feel anything at all. So if you ask an air sign how you're feeling and they tell you it's okay, they mean it. They mean it. They mean it until all of a sudden it hits them. And so at this point, it's saying it's finally going to hit you. All those emotions that you've been able to objectively keep away from are now going to hit you. And there's an emotional moment that's coming toward the end of this week. We'll get deeper into that. The energy is gaining momentum the entire week. You'll be building up to it. You'll be feeling it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. And then it's saying balance, spirituality, and practicality. The reason why it's happening is because it has to. It has to relieve tension, because something in your life has gone out of whack. It's almost like you want your ideal version of the situation or yourself versus what's really going on. And they've become so discombobulated and unbalanced that this has to happen. These emotions have to come out, or these decisions have to be made in order to get you back into balance. So yes, it could be the end of a relationship. Absolutely. It could be the end of an era in your life. I think the difference is that it's ending now because something new is beginning, and because you're ready. You're ready for the ending. Like, this is the real finish. You know, this isn't the premature finish that you're not going to be able to let things go of. You think you've reached a point finally where you see things differently and you're willing to let yourself change. A promise you make when you're 20 is not a promise you have to keep when you're 40. You're a different person then. It's not necessarily a lack of integrity is what I'm saying. These are life cycles that we go through. We've finished it. We've completed it. And now we're ready for something new. But emotions are running high as this resettling happens, or as this balance happens. Let's get into why. What do you mean emotions are running high? Exactly what? Knight of Pentacles. You've been working really... You've been doing something for somebody else for so long. I think in some ways you lost your own goals and aspirations and ambitions. Even if you're a billionaire and you're extremely successful, there's an aspect of yourself that you put to service to somebody else, and you've just stayed in the background and you haven't really completely wanted to. This has gotten to be toxic. Now, we have about hard work that you've done and work that you've put in. This could also be an explosion about not feeling valued or not being paid attention to. This could also be an explosion, or just the fact that your money is running low and you do have to be conservative this week. And because lots of times spending money or taking care of yourself can be something that you fall back, like a comfort zone, you're not going to have that. Because there's a sense of just having a budget. The Fool card is here saying that you are going to have to trust that everything is going to work out. You're going to have to trust yourself. You're going to have to trust your environment. You may have to trust in other people. The Fool card is saying walking a different path. Okay? Take a leap of faith. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So you go from Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. So that's actually really good. And see, that surprised me too. And that's Uranus energy. Because when I'm looking at the charts, I'm not really necessarily seeing but anything that is extraordinarily wonderful except the trine to Uranus. And it's saying that even though everything's emotional, everything is emotional, there's a really good surprise here for you in that you are able to level up somehow. It's like, trust the money is going to be there. I don't want to say that out, I don't want to say that too long, especially in the beginning of the week, where you could easily overspend or overextend or overpromise, but absolutely you have taken control and been able to manage the situation. And toward the end of the week, by the way, the astrology goes from December 13th through the 20th, around then. So by the end of the week, you are able to level up, or money is coming in. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. Absolutely. Because you've managed the money. It's almost like maybe you're being sucked up and restricted for the beginning of the week to teach you that you can and make you appreciate it more, so that then you're ready and you're strong enough to handle when you get this download. But we have Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles, so that means you have money to share, you have money to give. This is generous energy. And then we have King of Cups, which means loving somebody or taking care of somebody or sharing. This is a lot of people. It could be being in the room with a lot of people. Oh yeah, Ace of Cups is here too. So this is just love, love, love. Go with what you love, taking care of the people that you love, being generous, or being in the presence of somebody who is extremely generous. It's almost like God wants me to tell you, don't worry this week, Libra, because there is abundance all around you, especially if you are having to be really conservative with money. There are other people who around you who will help you, or your work, the work that you've been doing is getting noticed and getting paid attention to by people who have resources to support you. Happy birthday, Doug Denny, and encourage you. So this could be an expression of love coming at you. And this is the thing. I think that's it. This is going to shock the shit out of you, because going into this week, you're going to feel like, I'm crushed. You know, I've like the air has been sucked out of the room, or I'm very restricted, and it's not going to feel great. It's not looking great, but that's just to test you almost and say, how do you handle yourself? Dignity, grace, integrity, as well as practicality, reality. Remember, Venus is now in Capricorn. Be practical. If I got $20 in my bank account, then my budget is 10. You know, and as soon as you start showing the universe that you're making decisions like that, and this doesn't all have to be just money, money, money. Your money may be fine. Money could be a metaphor for value, your value system, what you value, and kind of like being really conservative with it and protective of it. So that, I don't know, there's an acknowledgement somehow of all that you have. Gratitude. Bringing gratitude into the situation, sharing gratitude, and a lot to be grateful for. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep reading. Jesus. Okay, this is a surprise. Any more surprises for Libra this week? The Devil, Capricorn, some sort of commitment or obligation, or facing of, you know, that you're stuck, okay? What is this commitment? We're stuck. Okay. 6 of Wands, successful. You've committed yourself to something and it has been successful. The Hierophant is getting a contract signed, you know, somebody wanting to work with you. Wow. Okay, hold on. And the King of Swords. Holy crap. Whose reading was it? It was Aquarius last week. We now have on the table the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Now, King of Swords would represent you. We also have the Hierophant and the Devil, which is, the Devil is Capricornian energy. And then we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus, which is solid ground. Actual tangible resources, something you've worked hard for, something you've stuck with, something of great value, and it's almost like being acknowledged. So there's good news about something that you have committed yourself to having a great deal of value. I don't even care if you're having it evaluated because you're selling it. The bottom line is there is a celebration toward the end of this week, because there is absolute success coming through for you. That's the 6 of Swords. think about what has the greatest value in your life, because that's being acknowledged. And no, you would not have done anything for the acknowledgement. It's because you just cared and you have committed yourself long term to something. And holy crap, is there going to be so much abundance to be able to celebrate that and recognize that. And there's so much opportunity here. We have 3 kings and a queen. And that Queen of Pentacles is really all about giving, somebody who's very generous. So it could be you, that you've been very generous with somebody, that you have become a leader. This is kind of transcendental in that you've reached the highest form in so many aspects of your life. King of Pentacles, I just feel like everybody's looking at you. Everybody's celebrating you. You're getting a reward of some sort. God damn, that's the last thing and then it's the Ace of Cups. The High Priestess is here. It's just time. But it's also saying to me, it's something about the timing. Look at that new moon. All of this is coming around December 23rd. That's the next new moon, and it's a new moon in Capricorn, where Venus is too. And suddenly there is this coagulation of Capricornian energy and value systems. So it's like karma. How hard have you worked for something, and have you done it right? Because the more traditional you've stuck, the more ways that you have worked hard in trying to doing and accomplishing things in a traditional way. That's what you're going to be rewarded for. That's what you're going to be rewarded for. And now we have the Queen of Swords. So we have the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace, and the Ace of Cups, and the King of Cups. And then we have the Six of Swords, which means all the resources that you need to be able to move forward. And if that fits in with Chiron too, because there's a sense of Six of Swords. It is this is almost where it's fueling the boat. It's like the Six of Swords, the suffering that you've been through, the struggles that you've been through are what is fueling you and pushing you forward. So it's you've earned it. Let's go to the extended, because I cannot wait. I'll see you guys there. The links are below.